But let's go into the project folder. Inside the unit 4, in the apply, and let's just we will review this again next week. So the specs is inside this link here. Okay, so you click on this link here, it shows you the spec, and this one will tell you what you need to do. And this is also coming from the book. I just kind of modify a little bit, but it's also in the book at the end of chapter 4. So let me zoom in here. So you're going to create one class called bread, one called sandwich filling, one called sandwich. And then you have another 4th class called the test sandwich application. So 4 classes. If you look at this, it's simply what we just did, right? You have the main program, right? The bread, sandwich, sandwich filling, and then the main program. Same idea. So the bread class, you have a, again, this model here, it's if you see all caps, it's a final, right? Final string, and you make it static. And then it has some fields. You have like the field for the bread type, the one for the calories per slice. Okay, so when you create your variable names, make it very make it as descriptive as you can. I mean, not too long, not too short. It's just called CPS. Well, what is that, right? I don't know what that means. You may not know either if you look at your code back to like 3-4 months down the road. So make it calories underscore or calories capital P per slice and so on, right? Make it really descriptive. So you have those fields, and then you have created setter and getter, right? We know how to do that. And then you have another class called sandwich filling, kind of similar. You have a couple fields in here. Okay. And then the sandwich has the bread field and the sandwich filling field. So this is a composition, right? Like the school composed of the student and faculty, right? Same idea. And then you provide those fields in there. And then finally, your program is called the test sandwich, and this test sandwich will create 3 sandwiches. And then those sandwiches will have different types of bread and different types of fillings. And then it has some calories you have to calculate in there. But we'll go over again this next week. But also the sample output will look something like this. Okay, again, we'll go over this next week. You can feel free to read over. But to give you a clue what fields you should need to put in your code, I have the UML here. So the UML here gives you those 4 classes. Again, the plus just means they're public. The minus, that's private, right? So if you look at the bread class, you have 2 fields called bread type, and then cal per slice are private with the minus in front, and there's their type. And you have the model here is a string, it's public. And they have 4 functions in here that are all public. Again, this is just setters and getters. And same thing with the other ones. Okay, so you can see that this sandwich is composed of a bread and a sandwich filling classes. And this orange line here is a notation at UML just to denote that these are composed inside the sandwich class. Okay? Whereas the test program does not. It just this is the main program. You will create a sandwich class object inside the main method here. That's why it's not composing of the sandwich. If I were to have a field inside the main here of type sandwich, then yeah, I would draw another orange line from here to the main program as well. Okay? So if you see this orange line, the diamond going here, that means that inside your field, as you can see, and bread type, sandwich type, or type class bread type sandwich class, filling class. So they're composed of these 2 fields, 2 classes. All right, see what you could come up. I know you probably want to spend just doing your assignment 3, but if you have time, go ahead and then see what you can do with this. And if you have any questions, bring to class. We'll discuss some more next week, and I will go over in detail next week. So Okay, any questions before we call it a day?